We have some major news right now. The Trump administration has fired nearly every single employee within the Department of Education's office that deals with special education. This office provides and administers funding for the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act. According to someone associated with the office, this office essentially is responsible for protecting and ensuring that children with disabilities in the United States of America receive federal funding and are protected. And while the Trump administration has now completely wiped out this office as part of its reduction in workforce, as part of the mass firings that we have seen during this government shutdown. And while Linda McMahon, who's the Department of Education secretary, claims that protecting disabled students is a top priority, this decision by the administration runs completely contrary to McMahon's statements. And it's a very serious development that could impact thousands of disabled children in schools across the country. People need to know about what's happening.
There is a farmer who is going super viral right now because he's making many videos about how he's in trouble due to the current administration and how he might lose his farm, which is, of course, devastating, and nobody wants to lose their farm. And if you look at the comment section and you look at his follow-up videos, it's abundantly clear that he never bothered to consider Project 2025 or the plans that Trump clearly had for small farmers. How long were we sounding the alarm bells for Project 2025? How many videos have I personally made educating people on Project 2025? It is devastating and not at all surprising how you all voted against your own interests and now you're complaining about it. We told you.
Okay, I'm making this video again because my first one was taken down for violations. I have no idea why. So we have another leading economist joining the growing chorus of leading economists that are screaming, like literally, that the United States is heading towards a major debt crisis. And he, along with others, is predicting this is going to happen in 2026. And he's talking about all the red flags that everybody is ignoring, way beyond increased prices and joblessness and no new job growth and so forth. He says it's all tied to the record-breaking price of gold right now. It's like at $4,000 an ounce. That central banks right now are accumulating so much gold because central banks are worried about two things: the value of the US dollar plummeting, they can see it happening, as well as the geopolitical tensions that are growing all since Donald Trump took office. And for some reason, central banks accumulate gold to hedge their bets because of what they see is happening. He says that Wall Street is behaving the same way they did before the 2008 subprime mortgage collapse, when so many Americans lost so much. Some lost everything. Back in 2008, Wall Street and those who owned stocks were exuberant. They were celebrating how many millionaires. They were all becoming millionaires with the manipulated stock markets. And it's happening again now. And back then they ignored all the red flags and did not adjust accordingly. And he sees that happening right now the same. He said that this economic collapse that he and others are predicting is going to feel, the 2008 subprime mortgage collapse is going to feel like Sunday school compared to what's going to happen next. Now, I know a lot of things are looking bad. Prices are skyrocketing. Over 1 million people have lost their jobs since Trump took office. There's no real new job growth and so forth. But I really hope him taking a look at the price of gold and how much central banks are accumulating is just something he's just worried about, but that it doesn't actually happen. I mean, let's hope this doesn't happen. So there you go.
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Please watch this video to the end. See, this is what happened when people don't pay attention to politics before voting. They fired people who help kids with disability. This is sad. And now farmers are losing their land. Price keep going up. What can we do? God help us. Jobs are going down, and even the big economics are worrying about to crash. We can't just blame luck. This is leadership failure. We people are suffering. Why the rich stay protected? Oh, God help the poor.
So y'all want me to believe Trump is putting America first by allowing white Afrikaners to be refugees to come here to these United States of America and be provided housing, a cell phone, food, diapers, all that. Meanwhile, we have veterans homeless. We have American taxpayers struggling. And you want me to believe he's not racist either, because God knows he's deporting undocumented taxpayers, okay? He's deporting babies who are 2 years old and can't fend for themselves, so they got to go with the family. They got deported, okay? Mind you, he's deporting people with visas who went through the legal process, but still getting rid of them. But we're going to invite these white Afrikaners here to America, and we're gonna give you all the things you need. But he's not racist, and he's putting America first. That's the nation that I'm living in right now. That's the nonsense that you guys continue to speak, and the goalpost constantly moves. Y'all have no foundation of morals of anything. You don't.
$18 billion for kids with disabilities is gone because they're saying it's DEI. Last month, special education advocates warned that Trump was going to do this. The Department of Education was running an AI scan to flag any applications that mentioned diversity, equity, or anti-racism. And now they've canceled more than $18 million in special education funding mid-cycle in 16 states. Money has vanished that supported parent training and resource centers, programs to recruit and keep special education teachers, braille and interpreter training, and programs for students who are deafblind. There is no precedent for this. The language that got these programs flagged were things like culturally competent or anti-racist. And groups were told to expect this every year. This is not a one-time thing. This is the beginning of an annual purge of special education supports. Our most vulnerable kids are paying the price of this culture war crap. We cannot wait for next year's cuts or suffer this quietly. Ask your school boards what is at risk in your state, because if we let these programs disappear quietly, they will not come back.
You want to know what they're cutting now? Special education. The office that protects kids with disabilities. Gone. The Department of Education's Office of Special Education Programs, the one responsible for making sure children with autism, ADHD, Down syndrome, and other disabilities get the help that they need. They just had massive layoffs. These aren't just desk jobs. These are the people who enforce the law that guarantees every disabled child a free and appropriate public education. They handle the funding, the compliance, the oversight. The lifeline for parents already fighting an uphill battle every single day. And now, most of them are out of a job. Officials are saying that states can manage it themselves. Really? Most states are barely hanging on now. What happens when those funds stop flowing? When the aides, the speech therapists, and the adaptive tech all disappear because nobody's left to process the grants? You can't call yourself pro-family and then pull support from the kids who need it the most. You can't say you're protecting American families while you're actively destroying the one program that protects the most vulnerable. This isn't cutting red tape. It's cutting the safety net. Parents shouldn't have to beg for their kids to get what the law already promised them. This is serious.
We have some major news right now. The Trump administration is becoming very nervous about the upcoming No King's Day 2.0 protest this weekend, because estimates suggest that up to 10+ million people could be marching across the globe now in over 2,000 events. This protest is only growing with each passing day. Millions of people are gearing up to take to the streets to march and make their voices heard. And now the administration is growing nervous. That's why you see Sean Duffy, the transportation secretary, go on air today and try to say that Antifa is somewhat responsible for this protest, even though there is no connection with Antifa, a decentralized group, in any of these protests. And in fact, more and more administration officials, more and more people linked to the Trump administration are getting publicly anxious about the fact that you might have a record-breaking protest in the United States of America. Spread the word.
They don't care about your disabled kids. They don't care about your kids that need IEPs. They don't care if your kids get access to what they need. They don't care about rural or low-income kids. I mean, they're removing their health care, and then on top of it, now they're going to start defunding the programs that actually are set up to try and assist those children who need additional resources. They gutted the special education department of the Department of Education. They basically just fired everyone, and the implications for this across the country are going to be devastating. These kids are going to have less access to resources like occupational therapy, physical therapy, things that they need, resources that are provided because of IDEA. And what are we going to do? As teachers, if you are advocating for this, you're literally doing the opposite for your children. Your students need you to stand up and fight against this. Your students need you, especially those students with IEPs. They need you to stand up and make sure that the services they receive are not gutted. And right now,
while the U.S. government is shut down right now, it's one thing to have the president leaving the country and flying to other countries, as Trump did today. It's another thing to have the U.S. government funding another country's government while we are not funding ours. Nevertheless, Trump's Treasury Secretary, Scott Bessent, just sent $20 billion, just sent 20 billion U.S. taxpayer dollars to go fund the government of Argentina, to go bail out their currency for some reason. Argentina's currency has dropped 27% in value already this year, but we're buying $20 billion worth of it. Why is that? That doesn't seem like a good bet. Don't worry, it's just a loan. Right, think we're going to get that loan back? I don't know. The IMF has had to bail out Argentina 23 different times. Argentina owes the IMF more money than any other country on earth. The most recent IMF bailout was just in April, and even that wasn't enough to keep their economy and their peso from continuing to tank. But apparently now it's us. Scott Bessent, Trump's Treasury Secretary, nevertheless just gave Argentina $20 billion of your money to prop up the government of Argentina, even though we have almost no trade with them. And if their economy or their currency collapses, that would be sad for them, but it would likely have no effect on us. This is not something we're doing to protect ourselves. It is just a favor to them. Trump and Scott Bessent have given them 20 billion US dollars out of the US Treasury, a $20 billion bailout that already appears, quite possibly, to be lost down a deep, dark well. Because even after Trump gave them this $20 billion infusion within the last few days, CNBC reports today that markets today reacted in such a way that indicates that $20 billion might not be enough. Argentina might tank anyway. And that presumably best case means that we'll never get our $20 billion back. Worst case, it means they're going to keep giving them even more money that we'll never get back. Why, when our own government is shut down, are we giving another country $20 billion to keep their government going? When, again, we have no links to their economy, their risk has no connection to risk in our country. Why are we doing that? I don't know. But there are at least two American billionaires who are very close to Trump Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent. And these billionaires have made big bets on the health of Argentina's economy. So, I don't know if you had any plans for that $20 billion. It's your money. But for these rich guy friends of Scott Bessent, including Scott Bessent's former mentor on Wall Street, they stand to make a lot of money if the U.S. taxpayer starts propping up that failing country. And they stand to lose a lot if we don't, and that country fails. So there goes $20 billion of your money to buy nearly worthless pesos in Buenos Aires.
We have some huge news this morning. The United States Supreme Court is about to hear oral argument in a case that could decide the future of whether or not there are race-based districts in the United States of America. Analysts have suggested that if the Supreme Court overturns this section in the Voting Rights Act in this Louisiana case this morning, well, it could net Republicans up to 15 to 20, some analysts say up to 30 seats in the next redistricting era in Congress, in the House of Representatives. The case involves Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act, whether or not race can be considered as a factor when drawing congressional districts. The Supreme Court is gearing up to potentially say, no, it can't. And that'll eliminate a number of black majority districts throughout the country, from places like Texas 18 near Houston to Alabama 2nd to districts in Louisiana and elsewhere. Spread the word, because this is significant.
The government just fired people who help kids with disability and cut millions in funding. Parents and teachers are now left alone fighting, and vulnerable children are the ones paying the price at the same time. People are planning huge protests because they see this is wrong. You can't say you are protecting families while you take away their lifeline. Real people are suffering, and it is not good. This is not just politics. It is very bad. I really feel for the kids. I don't know what the government is planning for the kids.
I fucking hate Donald Trump. I fuck you. I hate you. Take my shit down. This is free speech. Take my shit down and I will sue you. Okay? The amount of tax dollars that American people are spending right now in lawsuits that you are trying to defend yourself because of all the illegal shit you're doing is insane. Jimmy Kimmel should not be pulled off the TV. And you know what? Disney, you're ridiculous. You're absolutely fucking ridiculous. And I hope everybody cancels their Disney Plus. I hope it takes out a massive chunk of your revenue stream. And when you do finally put him back on, because you see the light, which really you don't, really you just don't want to lose the money, which is absolutely fucking insane that you're at Disney. You're supposed to be the company that is looking out for people's happiness. I can't. You're weak. You're pathetic. How do you capitulate to Donald Trump? How the fuck do you do it? Your Reedy Creek district just got ran over by the Republican Party in Florida. And you want to still do things that are going to support the Republican Party in power? Are you insane? Have you lost your mind? Is your short-term profit worth that much? I hope not. And you know what? I hope you don't have any fucking profit. I hope it eats away at all your fucking profit. I hope all your profit is gone because you're weak and you're pathetic. And ABC, you're no better. If you're a child company of Disney, you're no better. This is ridiculous. I'm so tired of seeing free speech smothered. I'm so tired of seeing brown people ripped away from their family just because they're brown. You know, there was a video that's been playing over and over on CNN for the last 2 days of this family who was pulled over for doing an illegal U-turn, and ICE arrested the brother, who was an American citizen, all because he used his Fifth Amendment right to keep quiet. You can't just fucking arrest people because they use their constitutional rights. Like, I'm done. I'm done. This country is gonna be fucking cooked. It's gonna be fried. Okay? And let me tell you, when I make it into Congress and I stand on the House floor, I will give speeches just like this. I will make sure that our voice is heard as the fucking people. Because free speech is something we should all be fighting for, all of the time, always. And if you're a Republican and you're commenting down in my comments like some of my other videos, like, okay, bud, whatever you want to... Yeah, just think about it. Think about this. If a Democrat gets elected in 2028, what do you think happens to your voice? What do you think happens to your voice when free speech is taken away? You think you just get to run rampant when a Democrat takes over? Oh, no. Your boy Donnie Trump just set the precedent. He set the precedent that we can go after people for free speech. It's ridiculous. It's appalling. This is not America. This is not the America that we know. Fight back. Use your dollar to fight back. I'm gonna stop. This is my 5th video. I'm so upset tonight. Anyway, I tried not to. I haven't made a video in 4 days. I tried not to. Guys, I will continue to fight this. I will always continue to fight my entire life. It's because it's what's right. I don't know. This is my emotion. My heart on my sleeve. You know who I am. Anyway, if you made it this far, thank you. Leave an emoji down below. Just one emoji. And do me a favor, save the video. I think the algorithm sends it further when you save it. But do me a favor, leave let's see, a check mark. Leave a check mark. Is that easy to find? I don't know. Leave some kind of, like, an exclamation point or a check mark or one of those, one of those things that go at the end of a sentence. They have a name, I know, but I don't remember what they're. Exclamation point, whatever. Leave one of those things so I know that you made it this far. Because this is 4 minutes, and that's insane. So thank you for 4 minutes of your life, and I love you very much.
This is wild. People are being punished just for speaking their mind, and free speech is under attack. Families are being hurt, and some people are being treated unfairly by the government. This is not how America should work. Ordinary people are suffering while the powerful make their rule. It is time to speak up and fight back. What do you think? Comment below and follow for more FAFO season review. Thank you for watching and bye.